Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. If you're new, make sure to hit that thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on your notification bell. Today we are going to do a continuation of our top 10 worst neighborhoods to live in Philadelphia based on crime statistics provided by Google. You guys can Google this list yourself and see what are the top 10 worst neighborhoods in Philadelphia. They base them off of the Philadelphia Police Department's crime statistics. Up on number 4 is the Fairhill section in North Philadelphia, aka the Badlands. We are now turning right on Germantown Avenue. Fairhill is bordered by Front Street on the east, Germantown or 10th Street on the west. On the north, we have Allegheny, and then on the south, it ends at Cumberland. So we have covered Badlands on several occasions on my silent tours and on my new narrated tours. But today I'm gonna dedicate the 1 hour segment to number 4 on the list. And we have Fairhill, guys. So right now we're on Somerset and Germantown Avenue, the 2700 block. It's currently 2:51 a.m. Saturday, December 26th. That was the Mutual Trust Company we just passed on our right-hand side. Okay, guys, let's see if we can take this to the top. We can make a right here, but let's take this a little further. We have a cemetery on our right-hand side and New St. Baptist James Church on my left-hand side. The cemetery is called Fairhill Burial Ground. We're passing Stella Street. We are now passing Indiana, Germantown and Indiana. As you can see, there's some old trolley tracks on Germantown. However, they're not really being used. They're here from back in the day. Some of our trolley tracks are being used, like they brought them back to life, but this one isn't. We just passed Warnock Street. We're on Glenwood Avenue. Now we can come down Allegheny and transition over to 10th Street, but let's make a right here on Glenwood Avenue, aka Smoking Joe Frazier Boulevard. Okay, we have Clearfield on my right. Let's go up here to 10th Street and then come down 10th, and then we can start to zigzag through. Normally when I bring you guys through the Badlands or Fairhill, I usually bring you through the opposite side, like Front Street and all of that, Lehigh. But I'm gonna come from the top just so that you guys can just see a different part. We're on 10th and Clearfield right now. The weather today is probably like 25 degrees, so don't expect to see a lot of activity out. It's cold, and most people don't come out unless they have to. On a 2-story row home block. This area, the Fairhill neighborhood, was once known as the home to Isaac Norris's family, who owned the Fairhill estate. We're on Indiana Avenue. I'm gonna go straight up, and then I'm going to cut up, let me see, the next block. I'm trying to see if I can go through all the blocks within this hour so that you guys can at least have an idea. I know sometimes we don't always are able to cover everything within the 1 hour. It's only 1 hour, guys, so please bear with me. We have Philadelphia Female Anti-Slavery Society painted on the right. Lucretia Mott. And then it says freedom, justice, and equality. And it looks like we have a Martin Luther King painting. Barbara Moffett. Germantown Friends. 1688 for emancipation of slaves. For those of you who are new to the channel, Philadelphia is the mural capital of the world. We have the most murals. guys could try to fact check me on the world part, but I know for sure we're the mural capital of the United States. Passing St. John Memorial Baptist Church on my right. And we're passing the Fairhill Burial Ground on my left. We are passing the 2800 block of Hutchinson. We're at the intersection of 9th and Cambria Street. I'm gonna cut down Darien. Just cut down Darien right here. We're gonna make a right-hand turn on Darien Street. There's somebody double parked. Let's see how long this takes. No dumping fine, $300 if you dump in this neighborhood. Let's see how many people listen to that sign. Also, Isaac Norris, not only did his family own the Fairhill estate, but later he was an early merchant and the mayor of Philadelphia. So that's a pretty interesting little fact. Mind you that Fairhill Burial Ground, the cemetery that the Quakers established, was established in 1703. So when we talking about this, we talking about before like the 1800s, you know what I mean? Look at these pieces on my left-hand side. Beautiful artwork. Yeah, that looks real nice. Real nice. All right, we're on Darien Street. I'm gonna cross over. This is Darien and Somerset. Go down Darien once again, passing Munoz and Associates on my right, and accounting services, like a private family-owned business, the bright pink building. We got one-sided parking. On my right side, we got a banner that says, "Jesus, I trust in you." You see it on the building? Yeah, Fairhill began to develop his urban characteristics in the 1880s. Many of the new residents that had moved in around that era were German immigrants. It wasn't until about the 1970s when Hispanics and African Americans began to move to the community. We are now on Lehigh Avenue. Making a right on Lehigh Avenue. Passing 9th and Lehigh. I'm gonna make a right and go up Hutchinson, the 2700 block of Hutchinson. We're passing Sterner on my right-hand side. Sterner, that's a whole block of its own. We're now passing Silver Street. Silver. We are currently at Hutchinson and Somerset. We just passed an old Masonic lodge on my left-hand side on Hutchinson and Somerset. You can see this old building on my right. It looks like it was related to a church at one period of its life. Could have been like a German school, elementary school, or some type of religious school. A lot of the buildings that look like that in Philly were once like old schools or something of that nature. All right, we're gonna make a right here. One more look at that Fairhill Burial Ground. Around the Fairhill Burial Ground, they actually use red brickwork for the sidewalk. You know how most of the sidewalk around here is regular cement? Well, around around the cemetery is actually bricks, like the bricks that they use for the front of the house. It looks pretty nice. All right, we're passing Darien Street. We're now on 8th Street, 8th and Cambria. I'm gonna make a left here on 8th Street. So this may look familiar to some of my viewers because I did cover this briefly. Birch Street. Let's make this left on Stella so that you guys can see Stella, and then I'm gonna come back around the block using Birch Street. As you can see, this is a blind child area by that sign. You see it on my left-hand side, and then they got a little boy figure out here tied up to the pole. I guess that's just to let you know, like, that there's children playing on the block, and it may potentially be a blind kid out or somebody blind in general. So please don't speed. It's a little tiny block anyway. No reason to speed unless you want to end up in the cemetery across the street, literally. Cemetery has a little birdhouse. I see it from right here, like a little bird feeder. Hold on, we got traffic. Okay, we're gonna take this left, and now we're gonna make this left on Birch. Basically, just going all around the block. We got this dirt bike on my left-hand side about to go by. Yeah, he chilling. That looked like a KFX 250. Sounded 4-stroke. It didn't sound 2-stroke. Yo, we just passed the rooster, y'all. Yo, y'all saw that? Y'all saw the rooster? The rooster was just politicking, hanging outside in 20-something degree weather. We got roosters on the block. North Philadelphia Baptist Church Soup Kitchen. Check that out. So they probably open their doors for the less fortunate so they can feed them. All right, we are now approaching Indiana Avenue. Super Value Indiana Mini Market on my left. We got the same bike on my right arm. I'm gonna let him go by. Yeah, his back rim looks bent. I'm gonna let him go by though, you know? That back rim looks really wobbly. All right, we're now approaching Clearfield, 8th and Clearfield. That dude with the bike actually just parked up right in front of my cousin's house. So he probably knows my cousin. Alright. We are currently approaching Allegheny Avenue. This will be one of the border lines. Once you cross over this, you're no longer in the Fairhill section. So we're going to make a left right here. We also got 9th Street, and we got this little block right here. Before I take you to this little block, I want to take you down more because I know that I've passed this before. I don't want it to be repetitive, so let me show you 9th Street. We already went down 10th Street, right? Yeah, we already went down 10th. We didn't go down Hutchinson, but bear with me, guys. The colors on this block are kind of like flat. They're like opaque almost. See, like flat yellow, flat pale peach, and aqua greens and teals and, you know, tan browns. We're on 9th and Clearfield Street. Gonna go up one more block until we turn around the block. So I haven't showed you guys this area yet, Narrated. I always started from the opposite side, and then by the time we reached the time limit of the video, I never really get here. So good thing that I started on this side today. We should have more than enough time though. All right, 9th and Indiana, that's that Fairhill burial ground. This is the opposite side of it, so I'm not gonna go through that block, but you guys can see now the opposite side of it. And we got Percy Street right here on my right hand side. I'm gonna go up Percy Street. We're gonna make this right. We're turning up Percy Street. These are like some affordable homes right here on my left-hand side, affordable housing. Same thing on my right-hand side, affordable housing. This whole block would be probably considered like affordable housing. What the city does sometimes is they use some of the city dollars to create affordable housing and give people like incentives, and they give them like, what's that called? A subsidy. So based on how much income you make and what your salary level is, you qualify for certain housing. Percy, 3000 block of Percy. We're gonna cross over Percy so that you guys can see the opposite side. Check out that painting right there on my left hand side. It says save the children. This Lincoln wants us to go here, so we're gonna cross over, take the invitation. This is a Caprice on my right hand side. Oldsmobile. Okay, I was wrong. So I'm gonna take you guys down Hutchinson because I don't think we touched Hutchinson yet either. Now, unfortunately, this comes up on number 4 on that list I was talking about. As far as crime, killings, robberies, theft, etc., etc. In the summer, you usually come out here and yeah, it'd be kind of wild. I mean, it'd be wild in a good way. I guess it depends on the ambience you're used to. I think I'm used to the Philly ambience. So in the summer, I can feel all the energy out when people are outside because I'm an energy being. So I really feel energy like wherever I go, when I walk in a room, when I walk in a store, when I walk by somebody, if I'm communicating with somebody, if you come in the room with me, I feel your energy. I sense it. I don't know how many other people are energy beings. We're on Hutchinson and Clearfield. So I can literally feel the energy in the summer atmosphere, and I'm kind of accustomed to it. Like when I go to the suburbs, they kind of lack that energy, like that ambience, that natural noise, the natural sound effects of the urban environment. But that's just my personal opinion. I think I've become accustomed to it, but somebody who's not from here, they would come in the middle of the summer and see all the liveness, and they might be alarmed. Seeing everybody out and seeing everybody in front of their house and seeing blocks closed and kids riding pedal bikes up and down the block and dirt bikes and four-wheelers and all types of stuff. In the middle of the summer, if you pull up the wrong block and there's already an altercation in the block, you're gonna have to wait because there's gonna be a rumble in the middle of the street. You don't know how many times that I went through blocks and it's like you go through the block and there's already a heated dispute. They're already having a discussion, and you can either stay there and watch them. Good luck. You better hope there's no gunfire and you get caught. Or just reverse and just let them do what they do. We're going to make a right on Germantown once again. Now we can start working our way towards the familiar areas. Passing a Renad and Aztec and Freak tag. TMH, the most hated. And HCP, Hancock and Cambria Posse. Those are the squads. Warnock Street. All right, how about this? We are going to make a right on Glenwood, and then we're going to continue down that first block that I wanted to turn down, but I didn't get a chance to. Turning right on the 1000 block of Glenwood Avenue. Right, I'm going to turn here. We already went down 10th Street. On my right hand side. We already went down Hutchinson on my right hand side. We already came up Percy on my right hand side. We already went down 9th Street on my right hand side, which means now we can continue where we left off. We're gonna make a right on Allegheny, 800 Allegheny. Then we're gonna make a right here on this little block. I've been through this block before. You know, I think I brought you guys through here before recently, but now we're gonna be able to continue zigzagging. So Fairhill is a mixed community as far as ethnicity goes. Spanish, African American. You'll find, you know, several ethnic whites in the neighborhood, but for the most part. This half, closer to Germantown, is more like African American. It is Spanish people in this area, but it's more African American. Then when you get closer to Front Street, it gets to more Hispanic. I think one of the dividing streets are probably like 5th Street. I think 5th Street, Centro de Oro. I think that's the street that basically separates. I'm gonna go straight because y'all never seen this block, and then I'm gonna come around. Yeah, Centro de Oro, 5th Street. That's what it's called. Centro de Oro means gold. Oro means gold. Center of gold. I think that's the main block that kind of mixes it. But on both sides, there's both mixed cultures and everybody gets along. There's no racism around here. You know, Spanish people grew up with African Americans. African Americans grew up with Spanish people. Like me, for example, my best friend was African American. Like my lifelong friend, or one that I lost, he was African American. You know what I mean? All his brothers and all that. So I grew up with, you know, with the acceptance of not looking at anybody by the color of their skin. You know what I mean? We're on Indiana. We're gonna make a right on Indiana. All right, this is 9th Street. You guys already seen 9th Street a few times. Now we're gonna go around. I think we'll be able to get to Clearfield from Percy. Let's see, let's make this right here. I'm gonna take this a little faster, guys, just so you don't gotta see the same thing once again. Speed limit, drive carefully. It says drive 25 miles an hour in case a kid pops out. Plus the potholes. You gotta care for your vehicle. Even though it's a hoopty, you still gotta care for your hoopty. If nobody cares for your hoopty, who will? Seriously. We got a little mobile detailing van that just parked here that wasn't here a few minutes ago. All right, we're gonna make a right. Here you go. Perfect. We are now approaching 9th Street, 9th and Clearfield. We have a mural on the left-hand side of a fallen police officer. His name was Ortiz. See it? Now, I'm not sure the story behind that. I don't know if he lived on that building or if he served this community, but that's a fallen police officer, nevertheless. All right, we're not gonna go left. This is my cousin's block, so there's no reason for me to go up here. I know y'all seen this a couple times. 8th and Clearfield. So now we're gonna cross over, and we got Franklin in front of us. So we're gonna go down Franklin. Let's make a right, go down Franklin. I think from here on out, we should be all right with just zigzagging. It was a little complicated earlier because of Glenwood. Glenwood kind of, you know, cuts in an angle, and same thing with Germantown. They're selling this house on my left-hand side. It looks like it comes with a little garage. That's pretty cool for a little 2-story home to come with a driveway with a garage. That's not something you see so commonly around here. She had to move the cone so she can get in her parking. Sometimes people do that because they know that parking is scarce. Sometimes in some neighborhoods, if you come like back to your block, like let's say after 4 or 5 when everybody gets out of work, all the parking be gone. So if you don't, you know, save your parking in some way, shape or form or another, you won't have a parking. You'll have to park like a block away from your house. Franklin in Indiana. We are now crossing Indiana Avenue. We got porch homes, and then it goes right back into 2-story regular homes, but then you got some homemade ghetto porches. You see them with the awnings and all of that? Those didn't come with the house. You know, the owner had to pay somebody to do it. Last I remember, like in the year 2000, those little ghetto porches, I call them ghetto porches, but the little porch with the awnings that they build out front can cost anywhere from like $2,500 to like $5,000. I guess it depends on the materials. Like you see the one on my right, you see how it's sealed off? It all depends on the materials. Somebody behind me is already beeping at me, rushing me, and I'm driving speed limit 20 miles an hour with a gigantic wall in front of me. Can only get but so far. We got Edison 64 Veterans Community Center. I'm gonna go up 8th Street. I'm gonna make another right. We're on 8th and Somerset. passing a Georgia vehicle. Alright, we're gonna make a right on Cambria. On 8th and Cambria Street. We're gonna make this right. We're currently on Cambria. We're on Franklin now. Franklin and Cambria. Shout out to my homie X, Xavier. He used to trap out here. We're gonna make a left on 7th and Cambria. We're now traveling up 7th Street. Catano's Auto Repair on my left-hand side. It's a private, family-owned business. Now approaching Indiana, 7th and Indiana. We have the Rodriguez Food Market in front of us. We have people blocking traffic right here. I don't know what's the case. I don't know if it's about to be a shootout or what, but if that's the case, I'm real good at reversing. Was he gonna knock on his window? Yo, he straight up knocking on his window. Look at that. Check out his earring. Like he got a whole cross. Yo, both his earrings were giant crosses. Wow, he got dangly earrings. I haven't seen people rock dangly earrings in like forever. And at that, they're 2 crosses. All right, we're crossing now. Look at the Dodge was basically about to take our front end off. Came out of nowhere. If you don't pay attention to your surroundings here, you will get into an accident. You gotta pay attention to your surroundings. Look at the white Dodge flew by me to get stuck behind a vehicle parking. That's how fate works. That's karma, you know? And I think they got a Marine badge on their vehicle next to the Charger logo. You know, when they serve for the Marines, I guess that gives them some type of authority to cut people off in traffic and not make complete stops. Just do a stop and go at the stop sign. To each his own. I'm not the law, so I let the higher powers deal with impatient people. We're passing Mayfield Street. We're now approaching 7th and Clearfield. This is a corner that I showed you guys before in a previous tour. We got the mini market on my left. We got new Hong Kong Chinese and American food on my right. Now we got like a Chrysler SRT behind us. I've done seen like 4 SRTs today, and they push the pedal to the metal. Like they floor it, going from corner to corner. I don't understand why. You literally just throwing your money out the window with that gas consumption. They be what, like 5.0 liters and up, 5.9 liter or whatever. I don't know what a SRT is, but they're huge motors, and then you flooring it, so you pretty much sucking up all the gasoline. You can't make a right until 6 here, right? No turn on red. I mean, you could if you want to, theoretically speaking. It's up to you, but I'm just gonna wait. I'll make this right here. We're on Allegheny Avenue right now. We're gonna make this right down Sheridan Street. I'm gonna go down Sheridan. I got another wacky driver behind me. We got wacky drivers everywhere. Oh man, look at that on my left-hand side, car enthusiasts, well specifically Honda enthusiasts. That's a Wago van, a 1988 through 1991 Honda Civic Wago van. Oh, I've seen that before though. I think I've seen it. It's automatic. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of automatic. Even though it's a Wago van, I love it. Rare and discontinued, hard car to find in 2020. That's a 32-year-old vehicle, 30-year-old, you know what I mean? So it's hard to find them in good shape, but it's real cool when you can find them in stick shift. Like, give me anything in stick shift. You see that smart cart right there? Give me that smart cart in stick shift and I'll be happy. Let's go. All right, we got this young brother right here. Get it, young boy. Yeah, boy, you made that shot for YouTube. Thumbs up to the young boy. You did it, young boy. You're going to be the next Michael Jordan. And I'm going to be able to say, I got footage of Baby Mike back when he was shooting hoops on the block. That's what's up. He didn't even know that he was on camera. But y'all just witnessed. He was like, He was sharp with it. That's what's up. All right, this is a Dominican grocery store on my left. I'm going to make this left here. Now, I can go right down Marshall, but I want to show you guys Wendell Street for some apparent reason. I feel like I haven't covered this with you yet. So we're going to go up Wendell Street. Boom. We just made a left on Wendell Street. We got more kids out here playing ball. Man, we got the future of the NBA out here on the block. And he made that John too. Yo, he made that John. The young boy with the hoodie in the middle of the street. Oh, they both got hoodies. Ew, okay, I'm gonna get it. I don't even watch basketball. Oh, he missed. Oh, the little chubby young boy juke team. Oh, go ahead, young boy, dunk. Oh, hang time. That's what's up, and they still going. Ah, he made it. Good shot, youngin'. But you gotta let me go though. That's what's up. You see, that's what kids do out here, man. Not all kids be up to trouble, man. They out here, even though it's cold, just hanging out on the block playing ball. Yo, that lot right there in front of us has the only other 1984 Accord that I've ever seen in my life in Philly. And you know who has the other one? Me. That's word up to Mom Dukes. I do have a 1984 classic Accord. 36 years old. You don't see them at all in Philly. And there's one right there in that parking lot. One right there in that parking lot, mate. I like my women old and experienced. I like my cars old and experienced. We're turning out 6 in Allegheny, y'all. 6 in Allegheny. We out here. This is a bus route. I know y'all mentioned the bus route before. I can't think of it off the top of my head right now. But this is the bus route. Riding on this hill right here with a skateboard is crazy. Like, you get mad speed. Like, you get a lot of speed coming down here. It's dangerous. Like, I came down here on a penny board and on a longboard. I was out. Too fast, too furious. All right, y'all. So we got Marshall on my right. Should we go up Marshall? Dun, 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 dun. I think we went up Marshall, y'all. If y'all want to see Marshall, we're going to make a left here on Clearfield. I've literally did 6th Street and Marshall. I don't want to go through it again because we're about halfway into the hour mark, and I don't want to waste it on the same blocks. Even though I did cover all this dozens and dozens of times before, if you just look at my playlist, I just want to show y'all what it's hitting for. All right, so now we are, I believe, what are we on? Reese? I didn't even pay attention. Oh, look at this classic car right here. Yeah, boy. Get him. Get him with the old school, the Malibu. That's a Malibu. That's a Malibu. That was a Malibu, y'all. That was tight. Homie over here on his scooter. He over there on his meet squad. Yo, imagine in the summer if I pull out my meet and I start doing tours on my meet William. Yo, y'all be so mad at me that I keep the wheel up in the air throughout the whole block. You'll be like, Tune, but I can't see the block because you willing the whole block. All right, we on Reese, y'all. Reese and Clearfield. This is the strip right here. This is the strip. Back in the day, this block had a little bit more activity than it do now. This specific block right here. I'm not saying that there ain't people out here that get busy, but it's not as bad as it was back in the day. Wow, look at that purple house. Wow, remind me of Barney. Look at the old head. Okay, old head, I see you. Got the little red flannel. Okay. G's up. Pimps down. Are we on Cambria and Reese? I'm gonna go straight down Reese, and I think we'll come up 5th and we'll try to zigzag. Yo, they had the Shaquille O'Neal juice cardboard drink right out front of their house. I wonder why. Do they get paid? Is Shaquille O'Neal endorsing them to put that sign in front of their house? Quite strange. They got this Yamaha snowblower out there. It's so rusty and old. What are they gonna blow? Rust or snow? Because that thing was rusted. All right, we got a Mitsubishi. What's this, an Outlander? Yep, an Outlander. I see all the graffiti. Yeah, boy. Dask. I see you, Dask. Enoch. I see you, Enoch. Yeah, G-Mez. I see you. Sabex. That's the cool thing about it. I can read the walls. That's what's up. All right, we got the China American Dragon on Somerset right here. So we're going to cross over. Oh, man. These people with the double parking be wasting our time, though. Like, normally, I mean, I'm pretty patient, but sometimes that's why we're not able to capture a lot within an hour, because it's like we got 3 cars in front of us waiting, and somebody's just walking to the vehicle now. So they left their car in the middle of the street. They probably went inside the house, and boom, came back out. That's the bad part of them not being parking. Like, we don't got enough parking, so sometimes if somebody got to do an unload or something, you just got to wait, because they're going to stop in the middle of the street, unload, and then boom. All right, meanwhile, let's just take a look at our surroundings. We have that box truck right there. Delva Tool and Machine Corp. I don't know, maybe they bought that from like the auction and it came with the stickers on it already, because they got a lot of graffiti and stuff. Sometimes old businesses will sell their old vehicles or they'll like let them go like via auction, and you can buy like a vehicle from the auction that was an ex-business vehicle with all the logos and stickers on it already. I've seen that on several occasions. All right. So technically, guys, this is Lehigh, right? Now, Lehigh isn't the end of Fairhill. It's actually like 2 more blocks up, Cumberland, because we have Huntington and then Cumberland. But we haven't really hit that. I did hit it before in another video, but thank you, sir. But for now, we're not gonna hit it because, like I said, we still got a whole bunch more to cover. You guys wanna see all these youngsters? Nah, y'all don't wanna see them. I ain't gonna put them on blast. There's like 5 youngsters on my left-hand side out here pumping gas. This is Centro de Oro on 5th Street. This is the Avenue of Gold, basically. They got his nickname when they created this little strip, probably like in the 70s. I don't know if anybody knows more facts or historical value. Feel free to contribute. I do not know it all. I don't claim to know it all. There's a lot that I lack. Feel free to put your input in the comment section. Share your stories, share your memories. And now we're back on 5th Street. This is like one of the main avenues. This is also a bus route for the 47. 5th Street is also known as OFC Jose Ortiz Avenue. If you look on the left-hand side on the curb, there's like a little yellow pathway that squiggles. And when I was a kid, and I'm sure when many other people were kids, they used to follow that little squiggly pathway. I guess that's how they call it, the Centro de Oro. Well, that's not why they call it, but that's one of the things, that they designed. And look at the palm trees. Last time I told you about these palm trees, but y'all ain't get to take them in. Look at these palm trees. On my left and on my right. They're made out of some type of steel, cast iron, metal. I don't know, but it's on my left and my right. See ya? Yep, palm trees. We got palm trees in the hood, y'all. Now, 5th Street, tons of people got killed on 5th Street. Tons of people got killed on Indiana, on Cambria, on Clearfield, on 4th Street, on 3rd Street, on all these little blocks. There's people that always get caught up into something, which is sad to say. And I'm gonna make a right here, because if we go to Allegheny, it ends up cutting off, because Lawrence, none of that runs up to Allegheny. It cuts off. There's like a railroad track right here. If we keep driving up 5th Street, we'll drive over the overpass, but we're just gonna make a right here on Clearfield, 400 block of Clearfield. This is a 2-lane street. We're passing Orkney. I can go down Orkney, but nah. I'm gonna come around. I'm gonna go around Lawrence. Maybe I'll touch Orkney again in a little bit. I got family that live on Orkney, so. All right, we're out here again, once again, on a whole nother day. From up the block, you see who out here active, you see who out here busy. Got all of the homies out here conducting business as usual. This is by the store that I told y'all that they just did the shooting at. There's a $20,000 reward for information leading to persons in that shooting case. Somebody just got killed here a week ago. Many people get caught up in this area. Wow, you seen that box truck? It had bones painted on it. That was strange. It had bones. Wow. Latinos multi-services. We got New Dimension Barbershop on my left-hand side. And we got, what is this? Arecibo Bar? Is this that right there on my right-hand side? I think so. This block got a couple homies too. Like there's certain blocks, like if you come too frequently, you already know like the amount of population that be out here. So I know like some blocks got 40 people that be out like on a regular. Some blocks be having like 10, 15 dudes that be out. Some blocks got 20 dudes. Like you know what blocks generally have people out. So it's nothing new when I go through a block and I see 25 people out. I know that's the norm. Let me slow down here because this guy's flying. Thank you, sir. He decided to slow down too. Yeah. We're passing Julio de Burgos. The full name is Julio de Burgos Bilingual Middle Magnet School. For those of you who don't know, this school is made after a famous poet. Alright, we're back on Lehigh. If I take you guys up, you guys will actually be able to see more of Fairhill. Let me see. Because it goes up to Cumberland. Let's take it across so y'all can see. Then we could come up. We could come up 3rd Street and then go back to where we was at. We got the Lehigh Apartments on my right-hand side. We got the park on my left-hand side. We're on Huntington and Lawrence. Passing Alberto Grocery. We got the law right here. I'm gonna go because he's gonna insist that I go. Now he's behind us, so be prepared. If I get pulled over, y'all, I'm gonna cut this, I'm gonna flip it around, and I'm gonna do a whole separate upload with me getting pulled over by the police. I've been pulled over by the police a few times. Well, I've been, like, I'm a professional getting pulled over by the police person. I've been getting pulled over by the police since I was, no lie, 13. I was in court at that age, getting, you know, tickets and whatnot. But I'm sure because, you know, I got the whole shebang where you could profile me, that he's interested. Yep, he's following me again. One more block, so it is what it is, guys. So now we're passing 4th and Cumberland. I'm gonna go left up on Oriana Street. We would have went up 3rd Street, but let's go on Oriana. Yeah, he's slowing down there. He parked up. Yup. Think I'm a fool? I ain't on no foo-foo stuff. I've been pulled over so many times, y'all. It's incredible. And 85 to 90% of those pullovers weren't even my fault. It's just based on racial profiling or profiling the vehicle. Oh man, I'm so accustomed to it since I was a teenager. I would get pulled over. Bad enough when I was 15, I was driving around Philly in a bright orange car with rims, systems, and all types of stuff. But I'm so accustomed to it. And I've even gotten, I think, 2 or 3 of my pullover scenarios on camera, and I posted them on my YouTube page. Like one time I got like the quickest pullover ever, like 14 seconds. Like I got pulled over, he came to the window, blah blah blah, told me a couple words and let me go. But yeah, I've been pulled over plenty of times, y'all. So I'm ready. I can sense that energy, like when it's coming, and the way he followed me 2 blocks, he made 2 turns. If he would have made one more turn up this block with me, then he would have got me. Because what he wanted to do was read the tags, see if I'm registered, see what the name looks like, see if, you know, if it's a, you know, Billy Schneider's vehicle, or if it's a, you know, Hispanic, or, you know, they'll, believe it or not, as silly as it sounds, you know, they'll do that. They'll run come on, buddy, can you like close your door so I don't like clip your door, man? 12 hours later. I mean, I can go. go. He over there vacuuming his John. I didn't want to, you know, interrupt his vacuuming, but if I mess up his vehicle, he's gonna be mad. But yeah, man, I got pulled over so many times. It's not even funny. It's nothing that I'm proud of either. Nothing that I'm proud of. I say maybe 1 or 2 of them times was my fault. Like one time I got pulled over by a whole SWAT team. I had a whole, I think it was like an envoy. An envoy pulled me over with like 6 gigantic 6x5 dudes. Yo, they was huge. They was in black on black with like bulletproof vests and everything. And they pulled me over because, quote unquote, improper lane passing. One day I had to bust a leak. I had to use the bathroom, and I went up like a whole strip that was a double lane, but it was mad traffic, and it was a hot day. I was like 19, 20. Good. Nah, it's cool, buddy, because you got all that traffic behind you. Like, they was trying to let me go. Thank you. But they had mad traffic behind them. They was going to end up rushing me. Yeah, so one time I got pulled over by a whole SWAT team. I swear, it was like an undercover SWAT team. They wasn't in normal uniforms, and it was big. Like, they was bigger than the average police officer. And they pulled me over, and threw me up against the car and started screaming at me. Oh man, I got stories on top of stories on top of stories. But a lot of that stuff I don't talk about. I'll probably save it for a book one day. You know what I mean? Save it for a book. Speaking of books, this is the neighborhood that 2 books were written in. Not only Joey Perez's book was written in about 4th and Indiana, but to my knowledge, there's another book that I recently just learned about that was written in 1994. Called, wow, I can't even think about it. I think it's 3rd in Indiana or 3rd in Cambria or something. There's a whole nother book written about this area. Joey Perez's book was written in 2000. The other book was written in 94. So there's somebody else who lived in this hood too that wrote a book. All right, we're on the 2800 block of 3rd Street on 3rd in Cambria. Check cash on my left-hand side. All right, guys. We've covered this area several times. We went down 4th Street. We went up and down. I almost feel like I should probably go right because we got about another 13 minutes or so before the hour is up. And going over this spot might be a little repetitive. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a right on Stella because I don't think I ever took you guys through this street. Check it out. You see this person on my left-hand side got a well-kept house. Look, it got the stucco, but it's well-painted. It looks clean. You know what I mean? Doesn't look that bad. Some people do take care of their property. I went to 200 block of Stella. Now we're hitting American Street. This is American Street. I'm going to make a right on American Street, and then I'm just going to cross over so you guys can see the other half, which is another bad part of Fairhill. Like 4th in Indiana, 4th in Cambria, Lawrence, and all that is pretty bad too. But over here on my left-hand side, you got Hancock and Cambria, Masher and Cambria, Wooder, Lee. You got Hope Street. You know, you got Howard. You got all these areas over here, which in the middle of daylight, there be shootings out here. Yeah. I knew several people that got shot out here. Several people, I think 2 or 3 of them didn't make it. But even my uncle passed away in this neighborhood. One of my uncles. I have a couple uncles that died for different reasons. A couple for gun violence, other for like drug substance abuse. But yeah. All right, we're on Cambria, passing 2nd and Cambria. I'm not gonna go down 2nd Street because that's a little redundant. On my right-hand side, that was Set It Off Strip Club. It's called the world famous Set It Off Go-Go Bar. I don't know how world famous it is. For real, I'll be completely honest with you because y'all don't know about it, do you? No, I didn't think so. So it's not that world famous, but yo, they just did a carjacking here this morning. Yeah, they jacked, it was 4 dudes that jacked a BMW on Birch and Hancock. That's right around the corner. Matter of fact, I'll pass it for y'all. Yeah, because we got the app called Citizens app. I don't know if y'all got Citizens app inside y'all city. But the Citizens app basically is like a social platform for news. So if a crime goes on in your city or in your area, you'll get notified about it like minutes later, right after the crime happens, and it'll keep you updated like as the crime develops, right? But part of the app too, which is one of its main features, is that, yo, what's up, Twig? Part of the main feature of the app is that what they do is they give you the option to take your camera and go walk to the scene and record it yourself and upload it live. So basically, you're just playing like a free news broadcaster. You don't get paid or nothing, like a news reporter. But the app notified my wife, because I don't even have it on my phone. I'll be completely honest with you. I'm not a big fan of being up to date with all that stuff. I don't want all that information in my head. Like, I don't need to know every single crime that happens locally. But she begs to defer. So I'll hear occasionally what happens through her. She'll go, oh no, you know, they just did this. So yeah, so she told me that they just did that. We're on the 2600 block of Palethorpe. Go ahead, sir. All right. He must be OCD like me. I'm OCD. If you tell me to cross in front of you, I will not cross in front of you. I will walk up the block, walk around the corner before I cross in front of you. I would take the longest route ever. I will not cross in front of you. I think that's part of my OCD nature. Obsessive compulsive disorder. I have many OCDs. Probably not as extreme as like severe OCD, but I do have OCDs. I try to break a lot of them, which is very hard. We're on Lehigh. We're gonna make a left right here on Hancock. We have a live poultry spot on my right. We have Lehigh Laundromat on my left. Yeah, I try to break a lot of my compulsive disorders, but it's hard. You know, especially when you're accustomed to it, you know, for a long time. Look at this Honda Accord on my right-hand side. They stripped that bad boy down. Look at it. Damn, they vandalized it and everything and stripped it. Yeah, this block right here a lot gets cars burnt and stripped down and thrown here. There's an auto body spot here, but no, they like strip and burn cars here too. I've seen several cars, even in that lot right there. They put cars there. My grandma used to live right here on this block back in the day. Like my mom's mom, she wasn't really close to me, but I do remember this is where she used to live at. Well, Somerset and Hancock. On this block is where the Street Scraper series was shot. My homie, shout out Lex and Gmo. We got a car behind me tailgating me so much, they might as well go through me. If they had the go-go gadget car, they could probably just go right over me. Yeah, Lex, G, the whole gang over here. Shout out to the whole crew. Shout out to Eddie from Florida too, one of the original HCP members from back in the day. All right, we're on Hancock and Cambria. All right, so look at guys, we're coming up to Hancock and Monmouth, and now we're coming up to Hancock and Birch right here. So this is where they this morning jacked somebody for their BMW. And lately I've been seeing a lot of jet cars on bricks. So I'm assuming they take them for the stock wheels. We already had a discussion on why they take cars for the stock wheels. Because you can make quick buck, you know, you can make 900, 800. Ooh, Mazda RX-4, boy. You don't see those no more. That joint was spicy. That joint was saucy. I love them. RX-4, RX-3s. I had an RX-7. That's what I learned how to drive stick in. Woo, too much sauce for some of my viewers. I'm telling you, y'all be thinking I'll be joking when I say that I prefer the old cars. Let me go left on Palethorpe. Yeah, let's go left right here. You see this whole center right here on my right hand side? They just made that. That was literally just made like within the last 7 months. We're passing Stella, and then we're passing Birch, Palethorpe and Birch. This is the block that they robbed the people on this morning. And what they'll do is, like I said, they'll take the rims. If they don't take the rims, they'll end up, you know, selling the whole car for parts for the low. You don't need a title for that because you take it to a chop shop, they'll strip it down, take off the fenders, hoods, anything useful. The leather interior, the motor, the engine, the trans, and they'll break it down in parts and make mad money back. Look at that. Look at that Caprice. It's my boy Lexus Caprice. Yeah. 450 Lex. I was happy when he started driving vehicles because for many years he wouldn't even touch a car. He preferred dirt bikes. Dirt bike, dirt bike, dirt bike. He would treat a dirt bike like it's a car. Lex is one of the few guys that I know, because I know a few of them. But Lex is one of the few guys that would go around a police officer in circles. Like if a cop's chasing him, he'll like keep busting U-turns, and he'll do a cat and mouse chase with the police. Alright, we're making a right on Masher. This is Masher in Cambria. Many people were shot here. Many people, man. Yep. Shout out to John Nuts, and Nyeko. Nyeko was shot out here. Ban, B-A-N. His name's Ban. That's what he writes. Not Oban. Oban is my other young boy. That's another graph artist, but he locked up right now. But Ban is from right here, and he got shot like right out here, right in front of his freaking house too. But his homie didn't make it. Alright guys, we are wasting so much time out here. Can we keep it moving, guys? I think we're like 2-3 blocks away from Front Street, so we're almost at the borderline. On my left hand side, back in the day, there used to be a garage here called Harry's Garage, and he used to have lowriders. One of the very few places in Philly that I knew, or very few owners, period, that I knew that owned a lowrider with working hydraulics and all of that. Because as many of you may know, lowriders are more of like a West Coast thing. Like the Cali life and all of that, and Texas and all that. They're the main ones that have lowriders. But in Philly, every so often you would see somebody with a lowrider, and I remember growing up, I love going through that block because I used to like looking at the dudes' lowriders. Alright, we're on the 2700 block of Masher Street. We just passed Somerset. Speed cushion. They place these speed cushions next to some of these playgrounds so you can slow down and so people don't get hit. We got a playground right here. I'll be completely honest with y'all. I remember going to that playground plenty of times and there'd be needles laying all over the floor. I haven't been there lately, but I don't know if there's still needles, you know, laying all over the place. But we're making a left on Masher and Lehigh. We got Howard. We're passing Waterloo. We got Howard. Let's go down Howard. Making a left on Howard and Lehigh. We got a Fine Fair supermarket on my left-hand side. Got some graffiti. Yeah, boy. Pieces. I always love reading the graph growing up, seeing the colors that they use, the stylization. Every artist had his own style. They're selling lechon, pollo, morcillas. Uy, morcilla. I don't like that. Never did, even back then. All right, so we're passing a lighthouse on Somerset and Howard. Rest in peace to all the fallen soldiers from this area, including my uncle. My uncle passed away here back in the day. All right, we're on Howard and Cambria. There's Waterloo on my left-hand side. I've been through Waterloo several times. I've done a shot video there. I'm trying to condense this to 1 hour, guys. I'm trying. Please bear with me. It's funny because some people want them shorter. They say, yo, cut it into part 1 and part 2 and part 3, but it's not much I can cover in 15 minutes. Some people feel that the hour isn't enough. They're like, but you didn't go through here, but you didn't go through there. I'm actually going up a long way. It used to be a 2-way back in the day. This is Gurney. But it's cool. I just gotta make a right here so y'all can see this block once again. I did cover this already before, so it's nothing new. But since this is part of the Fairhill section, I figured like might as well cover it at the same time since we're here. All right. They cross over here. Cambria. Look at that dog, that yard dog. That's a shame. Dog's living in some crappy conditions. I don't. I was drinking pond like puddle water. That sucks. I don't like when people get a dog just to lock them in the yard and leave them out there in all seasons. I think that's corny. I think a dog should be an addition to the family, not an object that you put in the yard and allowed to just feed off of natural stuff. Alright, what's up with this Chrysler, guys? They are going to burn our time. Yep. We were stuck behind like 2 or 3 cars today that literally burned like 2 to 3 minutes per car, which could have been valuable minutes. I could have went through more blocks. Look at the cat. Even the cat walked by. Like, come on, dude. Like, you're taking forever. See the cat? Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are now reaching our 1 hour mark, sadly to say. I'm sorry, guys, I wasn't able to cover more detail. I'm sorry I wasn't able to go slower. I try my best. Things like this, I can't control. The dude just came out on the right-hand side from the door and gave me the finger to like, not the finger, but gave me like the pointer finger to like, wait. There he goes. Now he's hopping along. Yeah, see how he just left his car there and went inside? I can't always control that, so it is what it is. I hope you guys understand. Hit that thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe. Turn on your notification bell so you can be notified when future videos drop. Again, we didn't cover everything today, but it is what it is, guys. I hope you have a blessed day. Thank you for watching. Please feel free to donate a thumbs up. That would be greatly appreciated. And what do you guys think about me leaving my PayPal email in the description of these videos, so maybe the people who would like to support me as far as, you know, suspension, transportation, gasoline costs, time and effort, you know, even if you guys want to send me 50 cents, what do you guys think about that? Me dropping the PayPal link, because when you guys donate on YouTube, YouTube takes 30% of the donation. You know what I mean? So for example, if you donate $1, they're taking 30 cents out of the dollar, leaving the channel 70 cents. Okay? So have a good day, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Peace.